So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Still doing Hildibrand, and I know I didn't stream last week, but I was busy because of the holiday. Not because I celebrate, but because everybody else just lost their marbles, so here we are! So I'm probably going to do a bit more of the Hildibrand quests today, and since I'm running a little bit late due to the game needing to update and then the stream not working, I might just jump directly into that. So let me try and find where this quest even is. Should be in Eastern Lanasi. So let us refresh the main page. Thank you. And see if we can get there. I might be having some stream difficulties today, so please bear with. Okay, Eastern Lanasi. Away we go. I'm assuming it's at the Costa del Sol, because that's where we were last. I don't quite remember. We'll find out. I have also completed the monk side quest in the future, and I'm currently working on the bard. And I'm finally able to start clearing out so much junk from my inventory. I have space again. There's Ellie. Hi DJT. We are doing more Hildibrand today. 8 armed and dangerous. Ellie has the latest information on the Phantom Thief's target. Since I'm doing more Splatoon stuff offline, this kind of corresponds with it, funnily enough. Ren, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've got the latest scoop on the Victor spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Colosseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be big. The Mithril Cup, sponsored by none other than Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that the Master Fiergris will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? Yeah, I'm employed by them. It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. The chairman, Master Fiergais, sits on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it that he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him the opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mithril Cup. Loves fighting, can't take a punch. My colleague, Ganelon, is in Ul'dah covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. And so it begins. To Ul'dah. I don't know if I'll have much time for anything else yet, so we'll start on this, and if there's time left over, there's time left over. If there's not, then there's always later in the week. I might stream twice this week just to make up for it. For not streaming last week. Okay, let's go to the Adventurers Guild. Welcome to the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here, friend. Within these hallowed halls... Wait, this isn't the right one. This isn't the right quest. The arts of devastation are taught, primeval magics with which to bring the enemy's ruin. I'm at the wrong area. If you would join our ranks and wield the power of thaumaturgy, I urge you to seize this moment and confide in me your arcane ambitions. No, your denial is most unsettling. But to see the stars have not yet aligned. Your time will come and I shall be waiting. Yeah, probably not for another week. If I've done the monk quest, does that mean you have the banana suit? Yep, I do. It is in the wardrobe, though. I was not super big fan of the banana suit, so much so that I bought the Ironworks outfit instead, which is literally the Dragoon outfit dyed black. What am I missing? Oh, a hat? Did I accidentally toss a hat? Oh well. Where is it then? Is it up here? What am I looking for? Where did you go? Where are you? No, I'm here. I'm here. I just went too far in. Got lost. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of wearing yellow in general because, like I said, with my ultra pale skin tone, I look like I've caught the plague. Maybe it looks good on other people. Me, not so much. In character or out of it. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganlian. They're a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie? Huh, if it isn't the mithralized star reporter. Come to have a laugh at Ganlian's expense before returning to pen your latest front page feature, huh? Oh, very well. Just promise me you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Colosseum. Bugger all, it's a travesty, I tell you. Oh, those are definitely outfits. Oh, the one in the light pink. I almost had a moment of thinking there wasn't a light pink outfit. Hutch, Hugh, and Hamo. Whatever's the matter. And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will compete for the cup together, yes? I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We're just on our way to convey the dire news to our Dow Meadow. Mishap, my arse. This was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my subligar. I don't want your subligar. I can barely already see your subligar, and that had me concerned about the ratings. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin, shouldn't you be resting your wounds? But forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Hamo. In victory and defeat, the Montravilles... Is that supposed to sound similar to Manderville? Fight is won. You bear no responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I not be getting back into fighting, fettled by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? And yes, I know a mantra is a thing. It's just the name similarity is too much of a coincidence. Hutchin, for you I'm always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sagoli. The 16 event is this month, and here I have not played 16, so I know almost nothing about it. I has no PS5. The Montravilles. So even you see it too. As Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Ralgar, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. I was right. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Yes. I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes. With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thieves Challenge? Gladiators dropping like flies? No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of this event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Colosseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Yuyubaya. He owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid. Come on, Bren. We got a case to crack. It's an alright game. I intend to try it. It's just that I don't have a PS5, so I have no way of playing it at the moment. I know eventually it'll come to PC, though. I also intend to maybe get a PS5, even if it's just as a backup to the PS4, since it's backwards compatible. And I know the pros are coming out pretty soon, even if they're not even that much more powerful, but typically prices tend to go down around that time, too. Let's see. In the Colosseum, which is... Where? Gladiators Guild... it's probably up at the Gladiators Guild. Yeah, I did see that Dawn Trials got its date, too. So I intend to play 16, I just currently don't have a way of playing 16. From the Mithril Eye, you say, then by all means, you're free to enter. Because I'm still on a budget and I've still got a backlog. So I'll get to it eventually. I'm Ellie, a reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing. You know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from a charming thing like yourself, ask away. That said, between the challenge from that so-called phantom thief and now this bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney is already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took another's head off, insulting the color of a sublet. Looks like we got ourselves another, These two aren't in the entry books. You mean 3. Unless one is fighting? And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook to the gentleman inspector, who is channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner! Are you sure he didn't just get punched for other reasons? Inspector Briarden, as efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman eschews violence, Inspector. You were thinking. It annoyed me. Does he think that loudly to you? Dower Meadow, I presume? Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. I was wondering when you might ask. Master Feargeese has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney the Colosseum has ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection. The Warden's Grace, a ring filled with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside of the Corn. I don't know, I've made some pretty big ones. The second and third prize places are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got. We've got nothing to fear from this thief. The concert was hired as an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I haven't all day. I kinda like their dynamic, actually. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't Mr. Many Faces and another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you'll have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative that. I mean, I think he'd probably make a good competitor. He knocked out a Hildibrand. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. I mean, he survived a palm blast from Nashu and apparently went to the moon? You've got more monk potential than you think, Briarden. Give me a moment, will you? I've only got 8 arms. Oh no. Or were they legs? Oh no. Ultros. You called? I was just about to give this lovely Miss Amelia the grand tour. Inspector Hildibrand, look! He's purple! Yeah, he turns red if you bake him. Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages. I smell a case. Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Depends. I've played 6. I've played 13 too. Word has it that he was one of the many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturge's Guild. So that's the lore implications for him here? They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. Anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Colosseum. And I'm ever so glad they did. I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. I'm also just going to go with the accent he uses in 13 too. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. And he is a pervert, FYI. In all games. I know not who you are or where you'll hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There is only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. This is also the form he took in 13-2 as well. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now who's the champ who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely little Avi? No. 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 Not again, no. Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to... Ren will be entering the tournament on my behalf. No, I don't wanna! If the buffet wants to go, let him! Ren, you do look like a nightmare. Wait, is he using my last name, or is he actually calling me a nightmare? I can't tell. Well, bugger me with a spear, to think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Colosseum. Hear that clink, clink, clinkin'? That's the sound of Gil pouring into the coffers when the public finds out a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ulti. With Bren, I suppose we have a good chance as any. Now we just need to make sure that they don't come down with some curious injury. That Gladiatrix. Avila, was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds amusingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Bren here safe? Let us return to Ganlian and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. So, stay in a group, basically. Very well, I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Yeah, it is also similar to the Sprite in 6. But you also fight an arena version of Ultros in 13.2 as well, and they pretty much use the exact same model. Is basically what I was getting at. But yeah, you fight him in an arena tourney there too. Where on earth am I going? Back outside the Thaumaturges. Got it. You might also be able to hear the rain hitting my window. So sorry about that. Part of the reason I can even stream is because it's raining. Which means the annoying people go away. At the very least, they stay inside. You again, I've already told you what entered the tourney, you say. Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you. But in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? I think that's kind of the idea behind a gladiators tournament. So I've been asking around. It seems like more than a few fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight the warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilis Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Okay, but that doesn't sound like sabotage. That just sounds like her being good at her job. Oh, the plot thickens. While I have my doubts that the lovely Avila is behind these dastardly incidents, it would behoove us to hear what this Raging Rat fellow has to say. Look, I know you're the Warrior of Light and all, but we can't afford to take any chances. Be on your guard. I think they're also one of the few people so far that actually believe that I'm the Warrior of Light. This must be the 16 quest, because everybody's here and watching a movie. Come to have a good laugh at the old Raging Rat's expense, have ya? Well, you're not the first. I say there's not a man in the entire realm with an ounce of sympathy. Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that the guest is Hildibrand Manderville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila? Gentlemen, my arse, have you not a whit of delicacy? Never you mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I'll admit nothing of the sort. I'll shout it at the top of my lungs, even if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade? Some kind of foul sorcery, if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotting in the gaol as we speak. The girl is Alamegan, or haven't you heard? You know how she is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Bren. Let's be on our way. Thank you, Ellie. Snatched. I didn't mean no offense, miss. I'm just telling it as it is, as it were. Perhaps it's truly some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice? She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder. Oh, Miss Ellie, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. Hildy, no. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor. Ahem. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Avila and Ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved the case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultros should still be at the Colosseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencever he came. You mean the Thaumaturge's Guild? We already know whence he came. They told us. Oh, why is everyone looking at me to do something with the purple octopus? I meant to battle him in the Colosseum. And where now? Back at the Colosseum, which is probably faster to go this way. He is just, unfortunately, a bit of a pest. Shush, friend, and look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, the stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his... Oh, that's not him speaking, it's Hildibrand, my bad. The stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulation of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is most fascinating of a creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? Nothing good. Nothing ever good. He speaks! Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in panic, and I cannot blame her. Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag. He doesn't have any. Or how they would sag if he had shoulders. I mean, they do get roasted if you defeat him in other games, so sure. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashi, we must pursue. Away to Snoop. Back, oh my god, back here again. Thaumaturge's Gladiator. Thaumaturge's Gladiator. Pick a location, in or out. Yeah, there he is. Heckling someone else already, I see. Aha, there he is. You will not escape so easily, Master Ultros. You've never had octopus? It's sort of bitter compared to squid, but it's very similar to calamari. Personally, though, I try not to eat octopus just because of the implications of it. Since octopus are so intelligent. You do you. I just personally don't agree with eating it. Master Ulti seemed to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they'd taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. I mean, calamari and marinara is really good. Marinara sauce. Oh, he speaks! And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Should we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with those girls anyway? Annoying them. Call me crazy, but I think he likes them. It took you that long to figure it out? Poor Mr. Ultros doesn't seem to have much luck with the ladies. Speaking only for myself, I'd love to have him for dinner, perhaps in a nice lemon butter sauce. Sounds like my chat. What price victory? Poor misunderstood Ulti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity, when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, yes. Now perhaps should we return to our investigation? If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow back at the Colosseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Colosseum and speak with Dower Meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avilia's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her and see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls! Yeah, I'm okay with eating squid, I just don't like the idea of personally eating octopus. If you do, I don't care, but I'm never gonna again. Don't think Uncle Ulti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. But this one I might make an exception for. Or am I? Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Ulti dream? Well, kids hate to ink and run. Then again, I am an octopus. Where's Alami? Steps of Thal. Which is back at the Gladiators Guild. Stop doing that. Yes, what is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'm warning you though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. The poor bugger Ganlian tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was gonna rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem like the kind to kindly being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might just be the ticket. I can assure you there'll be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. Yeah, I do love Nashu. So far, she is best girl for me in the whole series. Coffer and Coffins. Is that at the Adventures Guild? Where is that? Oh, it's way out here. What do I mean by again? Again what? Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as to not set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you, there's no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be writ in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Reborn Aldine won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is popular, I can't speak. Where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldans no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister. Oh, octopus again. Yeah, I had octopus before being told what it was, and then I felt sad. So yes, I have unfortunately eaten octopus. Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come on now, we have a suspect to pursue. Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Ulti's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Ulti's homemade explosives will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your hand-grasped explosives, I take it, Nashu. Heavens no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're on to me? Preposterous. Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I mean, no. But, put in comparison... I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave-ho! You gotta be kidding me! Let me guess, he walked out unscathed. Oh, north. Did it perhaps blow them all the way over here? We already know he can survive explosions. That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. That's a rude thing to say to an injured person. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what's the news of the tourney? Worry not, Helgalina. I've taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at something like 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Eshtimes, sun-silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted can be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Uldan upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but... when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds of thousands of cheering your name, I'm proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. That's your problem. You've always been too quick to settle for less than you're worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I'll do this for us. Now I must remain, God's forbid, one of those prying reporters overhears us. That's the thing, though. She's justifying it using her sister, but her sister has outright said, I don't want this. So you're doing it for yourself, and you're using your sister as an excuse. That's my Avi. Unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile upon you, sister, and be safe. A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avelia's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were once in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Ulti had it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall in the pit and die like a good little girl? Oh, I see, it hit him instead. I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warriorlight. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer. I see, they must have chucked the bombs over to him. And this time, Hildy went in the pit. Not you, you idiot! Ahem, no need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and I'm pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary, except for the hole in the ground that I am in. Our hero. Now shall we return to Ul'dah? The Mithril Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all of this is to lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did the muzzle have dived straight into my trap to save his companions? I mean, with the way he's stuck, there's no other way he would be stuck in that position unless he deliberately dove into it. The others seem completely unsurprised by this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before, a true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm gonna show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute, I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around. Give me a break! I fear they may both be immortal. The price of which appears to be sanity. It should be just outside here. Whatever does he think he found this time? Honestly, can't tell. What you looking at, dude? You look scared. What makes Hildibrand scared? Yes, is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed Inspector's senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. You sure you just didn't go into a poison ivy bush when you went in the hole? No, I hear him. I hear his tentacles wrestling. This time you're really up a creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colosseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. And he doesn't show up on time. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all day. Of course. Where are your clothes this time? Do I want to know? Wait, was that a chimera? Does he have a thing against chimeras? Again? Sir? My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Maybe it wasn't Ultros he was sensing, it was his dad. Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but of you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. And what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear. And with that, we must return to Ul'dah. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Oh, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the Inspector's father? Remind me never to go to one of the family reunions. Just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival if there ever were one. Who goes there? Oh, wait a minute. Hi, Gilgamesh. Or Enkidu at the moment. Hildy, Bren, I've been waiting for this day. Revenge. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I'm not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. All of this happening just right next to us and we don't see it. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, because this just might be our lucky day. There is no one in this accursed realm who can remember my... whatever. Call me whatever you want, friend, but heed my words. Bren is a formidable foe. That's sounding like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as a sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons I do not entirely understand, I am concerned with something of a fugitive in these parts. I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Bren, I will not fall so easily this time. Yeah, they are living in Ul'dah, which makes it tougher, but at the same time, they do appear to have, like, a stable housing unit outside of Ul'dah. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full. All 8 of them. But is that adventurer too strong to take on alone? I'll just have to bring along a friend. Please tell me he sees it. A subtlety twisting ring, calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck! Not a position you want to find yourself in. Ah! Nobody here but us octopods! Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend. Oh dear. Run. I don't think he's outrunning that. I don't know if anything can. Muscleheads! I hate them! Anyway, back to town. I probably don't need to warp, but whatever. Is there even gonna be an octopus to face in the arena? Because I think the Mandible Man just got him. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that, I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Probably taken all the years off of Ultros' life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? The trouble with truffles. Like the mushroom? Or the chocolate? Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and appraise ourselves on the rules of engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their level. Where am I going? Am I not at the Colosseum? No, I'm not. I need to go to the Gladiators Guild. This quest. Is it just me, or is Mr. Ultros a bit lumpier than he was before? He survived! Bumps on the head, chipped teeth? I am one shabby-looking octopus, I tell ya, they don't pay me enough for this. But all that's going to change soon, isn't it, buddy? Ah, Mr. Ultros. Just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping you might enlighten us to... Ye gads, who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Ah, the classic excuse. Ouch, you have my sympathies, good sir. It is challenging enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there someone inside your office? No, whatever gave you that idea? I'm simply, fumigating the place. For pests. Pests like yourself. Now, don't you have a battle to go fight? Inspector, I think something's alive in there. Oh, that's just me, talking to myself. Yes, fun gods. Yes, gods. Working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work? I say, Master Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Ren, you would come with me for a moment. I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. Thank you. Forward and back, and forward and back. Indeed we do. Listening to Mr. Ultros' talk is truly inspiring. I say he's looking more appetizing by the minute. Master Ultros is truly a man after my own heart, a gentleman among octopods. Ooh. Wind's really picking up here. You might have heard that. Well, has your investigation borne any fruit? No, but it has borne seafood. I see. Avila seeks to win the tourney to claim the fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I have done some research on our 8-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Old Oz taverns and, houses of pleasure. I suspect that he uses his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. There's also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It's a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. Is this going to be potentially part of the bombs he was using? Okay, Pearl Lane is the shopping district. More bombs? How nice of him to leave a note on it for us. So we can tell which is which. Right, back to Briarden. Really wish you had unlimited running around while in towns. It's a safe zone. I can't abuse it here. Well, let me see what you found. Now what do we have here? Ah yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails, and what's this? Innards and entrails? A sack, even more foul-smelling than the gore that was laying in, if it can be believed, and look here, something appears to be written on the side. Seeing got sun-dries, it would seem the merchant has dealings with the squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. I mean, if it's going to sun-dries, it could potentially just be cured meats. Why am I going this way? I'm dumb. The teleporter is this way! Welcome, welcome! What might a discerning person like yourself be looking for today? Battlefields the day after slaughter smell better than the unknown contents of the bag. Could have rotted while out there. I'm sorry, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait, did Ultros send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? What with the impressive price and that distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers, which Master Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Could these truffles somehow be connected to... No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Bryden, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct our investigation without me, and to steal away Bren here? This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Apparently shrooms. Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. This is the most distinct and delightful aroma of a gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the hearts of many Uldan gourmets. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? I'm guessing they're this world's equivalent of black truffles, which I've never had because they're outside of my tax bracket. It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. Okay, so it was gross about it. Just mushrooms. Do you feel the anticipation in the air, my friend? This shall go down in Eorzean history as the greatest battle since I slew that dragon. Wait. Did he actually take out Bahamut? That did actually happen, yes. Did it? I don't know. The Colosseum Conundrum. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. We must return to the Colosseum before the battles begin. Here's the plan. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Amelia in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood? Do you want me to switch to paladin form, if you're that concerned about it? Because I can. Why is everybody so concerned about this? I've completed my paladin training. I've completed my gladiator training. I literally... Where is it? I has legendary sword. Chill. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avelia in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade. Feel the anticipation in the air. Same thing, yeah. There you are. I was close to starting the melee without you. I'd be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining into the fray, spectators are just pouring in, and bookmakers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Mr. Feargase himself has taken in with my promotional skills. The future's looking bright for old Dower Meadow it is. So what say ye? Are you ready to get your arses kicked? Yeah! Ah, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Yeah, rich people food is needlessly expensive. If I want to know, I gotta do the coils. Oh no. Well, we'll get to it eventually, even if I have to solo my way through the dang thing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by your ever-charitable friends at Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern, is about to begin. Do we really need the intro music for this? It's an interesting place to put it. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, Bren the famed warrior of light, or who's that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right, Humberbatch. Humberbatch, is this like the Benedict Cumberbatch meme where everybody constantly says his last name wrong? Agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? He spawns in like a Genshin collectible. Here I am, did you miss me? They always spawn up in the sky and then they drop down, so if your ping's really bad, you get to see that happen. I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. That way they don't accidentally spawn into the ground, but the funny part is that means they're up in the sky at some point. Especially if you have slow internet, like I do. Alright, you know what the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then, when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. What, so they're just randomly gonna gang up on us? I thought it was a free-for-all anyway. Yes, yes, very impressive. I have that move too. Look at Avila's blade spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. Hildy, do you have a weapon, or are you just gonna go in as a pugilist? You are next. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Ah, so that's what this is for. Ah, nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting is giving Uncle Ulti an appetite. It's time for dinner yet. Wait a minute, roasted truffles? I mean, that is what the guy said he wanted to try making off of the recipe. Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds, there's a whole sack full where that came from. Let me guess, they can't spread the spores if they're roasted. That meddling musclehead! What is taking him so damn long? The girl's Gaves gives it away. Open the gate at once. Barden? Barden, you're making it worse. Barden, what's supposed to stay behind the gate needs to... What is that monstrosity? A boss from Final Fantasy VI. Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? I wouldn't get that close, man. What fascinating friends you have, Ulti. Why, just looking at that charming little nose, it's the perfect, perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles. He is gonna sneeze you across the arena, my good dude. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to Final Fantasy VI. It creates tornadoes. Could it be? Avila's Vauntus Tempest Blade? It was that monster all along? The girl played us for fools. Don't look at me, it was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower, has Uncle Ulti ever lied to you? What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamegan woman. I'm not gonna... Alamegans. Buggers and brutes, the lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get. Send her to Gollermold for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I'm sick. But I just wanted to... for my sister. I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out to her, but the rules are the rules, right? Now if Uncle Ulti may be so bold... I mean, we could always battle with this thing in the arena. Then it's a fair fight. I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Bren. What do you say, Warrior of Light? That's what the crowd wants to see. I know. You think she did much worse. Well, this is most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial art aficionados? I mean, the crowd's here for carnage, not necessarily rules. The venue, Haltali, the fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be standing when the storm is settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. I mean, people are just here to see cool shit. If we make the cool shit legit, then who cares? If we all consent to it... Oh no, Hildy's in the rafters. If everybody consents, what's the big deal? So to review, the truffles were to elect a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so it appears as if it was coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. How did she not get swept away, though? No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now. Let us make for Haltali. Hildy, you good? He did not fight as a gentleman. Don't worry, bud. I'll go avenge you. Alright, let's get out of the hole. This one I might be dependent on a queue, so here's hoping it doesn't take too long. If it does, I've got some beast tribes ready to go. There's no telling what inane trickery that octopus will attempt next. Be on your guard. I suppose if anyone can defeat those fiends, it's you. Be safe. Yeah, he fought with Typhon in both 6 and 13 too as well. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I couldn't give a gnat's arse. Now I know what you're thinking. The 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the 2 is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them? That should even the odds, eh? I think that over evens the odds, actually. So, the dragon's neck. Relic Reborn, Hydra, Haltali. Alright, with other players. I guess we go in as a group. Yeah. I am so curious if there's a way to adjust it for going in by yourself. Or if you can yet. Because like this... No. Let me... I'm trying to see if there's like an option that I can use to go in like by myself. The gear. Gear, 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 gear. Where is the up here in the orange? Level sync. To the duties required level. Yeah, I can't turn off ultra sync on this one. Setting loot rules. When participating in an instance duty with a performed or an unrestricted party, the party's leader can opt to employ either the loot master or agreed-only loot rules. I think they use those a lot more in the European and Japanese servers, they said. The current loot rule can be changed anytime within the duty finder settings, but only before a duty is commenced. The party leader should discuss any changes of the rules to avoid confusion amongst party members. Yeah, I've told you guys, like, take turns based on who gets the rules. Who gets the loot, excuse me. The yellow bar, yeah, the party one. Unrestricted party. Yeah, that allows me to go into myself, but I think if I go into Bahamut's Coil, it would still probably, yeah, restrict me. Yeah, it still level syncs me. So I'd have to go in with a dedicated party, which I've heard with Dawn Trial, they're going to attempt to let people change data regions for things like duties. So you guys might potentially be able to join me in the future, and maybe that's how we'll do Bahamut's Coil, even if we do it unsynced. So that's an option. The level sync is a subcommand under the party. Gear will gain Spirit Bond. Enemies will still yield XP, minimum level. Silence Echo. The party. Oh, I wish I knew what I was looking at. Unrestricted party, you mean this? Oh, so that turns it off. Participate in duties without meeting the minimum party member requirements. So this turns level sync off, maybe. Oh. Okay. Maybe I'll go in that way. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, discard all changes for now. Let's go into this. Dragon's Neck. Let's queue up for that. Okay. So that may be an option. Okay. So that's in level 65. If I get high enough level, I might be able to either do it with myself, or like I said, with Dawn Trial, they are currently testing letting people play together across regions. They said they might try testing that, and if that's the case, it might be possible to play with you guys. Who knows? Might be fun. Until then, we gotta wait for this thing to go off, which it might not today, let's be real. We'll do what we can. In the meantime, we might do some other stuff. We already got one DPS in. That's cool. What is in the journal we can do? Reputation. We can always talk with either the Sylphs or the Ixal, or we could just go into the thing we intend to do. That works too. Thank you for helping the noob with the menus. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here, atop the dragon's neck. Oh, I should probably also... If all members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit the match. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. Let's also put up the privacy bar. Just in case. So really quickly. Eat something. Alright. Who's main tanking? Am I main tanking? No, I think Gunbreaker is. Alright, do they want me both to stance? Alright, fine by me. They want me on this one or this one? Maybe we both divide them. Oh, don't worry, Snoopy. I've been drinking tea this entire time. So I am hydrated. Apparently he can sneeze me out of the arena, so I gotta be real careful with that. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Appears to be doing a thing. Oh, he's rotating. Trying to take stuff. Dance off temporarily. Some damage is better than no damage. Back on. Oof. Oh, it was close. And I'm stunned. I'm out of action. Oh no! It put me far enough out. Thank you. Tea can also hydrate you? Yeah, pretty much any liquid can hydrate you as long as it's not alcoholic. Dodged again! I feel like such a sucker. See? I told you he turns red! And Bryn claims the Mithril Cup. If something has sugar in it, it hydrates less, typically. But I'm not drinking anything with sugar, so, ha! I guess I give player commendation to the only person still here. Oh, cute, there's a little wind-up toy. Can I not? Oh, I have insufficient inventory space. That sucks. Throw away something. Discard. Do we get it? Nope. That's the luck of the roll, but we have the opportunity to get one there. You did it, Bren. With any luck, we've seen the last of that lecherous devilfish. Can also turn this off. Oop, not you. Good show. Your performance has earned us front row seats for the award ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come on, let us return to the Colosseum. And away we warp again. Echo is a buff that stacks when your party wipes that makes it easier for groups to do content without being stuck forever. It's always on apart from most recent content, or you can turn it off in the menu. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what everything does yet since I'm still new. I'm still learning. It was quite the battle of the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now let us take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Feargeist himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which the realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer. Oh, it's a ring. That's like half the size of my hand. Above you. Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged and overlong, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Vile fiend, mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure, I swear on the Manderville name. Wait a minute, that's the... Oh, of course. So you managed to pull that off, huh? I think not, Hildegard. How does it feel, getting your name wrong? Greg, 'tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. He's just happy to see you, man. He doesn't understand conflict. Or he's happy to see the spear. Bren, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. Do you not mean your skewer? My spear! At least the chicken can get some enjoyment out of it. Vile thief! Is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once! So did they, like, forget we have an audience? Oh, it seems you have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. And thus, we all probably get ejected. Now it's raining truffles, but the battle's already... Master Typhon, just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. And there goes the ring. He's crazy enough to jump and get it. Hey Gilgamesh, wanna try being a dragoon? Here's your chance. Not what I meant. Alas and alack, the ring sails straight to the hands of the fiend. I mean, it's off by a few feet, horizontally. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. Oh, surprisingly, chickens actually do fly DJT. They're just really bad at it. They don't like doing it, but they can. Came to watch our performance, huh? Well, time to go get that ring. The expressions, why? Just throw them already. But of course, brilliant father, the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why, it'll be just like Dalamud. Hildibrand, Helidor, Maximilian Manderville. Skyward, as only a Manderville can. Wait, is that the limit break? That sound. That glow. And you missed! Father, you know not your own strength! You missed! How could you miss? It was a centimeter in front of you. Well, he's back in the rafters again. $997, $998, $999. Are they unironically doing Kamehameha? Kidu. Just chillin', just air surfing. And this time through concrete even. And yet he probably survives. You want to maybe pull him out? These legs, they look strangely familiar. Put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Say for one thing, this ring is a fake. All that, and we get to repair the roof. But no matter. I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you have been most attentive of an audience. And you got that how? The key, bloody hells. Guard, seize the fiend at once. Looks like we're gonna have to repair more than the roof. Don't just stare at it! What do you mean, you wanted to die? They sound so disappointed. Nashu, you get a pass because you're precious. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, it's gone. The second prize? What is the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Meaning the first prize was gonna be fake, regardless of the thief's involvement. Preposterous, it's just the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll step over here. You deceived your competitors. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. How many outfits is poor Nashu gonna have to make this man? I sold out my honor, joined forces with that audacious octopus, all for a false treasure. What a fool I've been. Whatever was I thinking? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avelia. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegalina and nothing more. I suppose I was, at that. How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tell you to the Nanawa Mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. At least he's, like, respectful about it. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I was truly fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I will not shrink from the challenge. So, oh, wait, there's a truffle perfectly balanced up there. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as a fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Clearly the second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, was his target from the start, but why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen, a pattern that betrays his true intentions. Maybe they're all part of a set. The Treaty Blade, Azayama's Virtue, the Ring of Inquiry. All relics with quite a history. Or to be more precise, relics from the era of the Beladians. Oh, if that is so, the answer is as clear as day. The fiend means to found Eorzea's greatest museum of Beladian history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. I mean, well, most of it is thievery. That's not quite the idea behind it, I assume. Speaking of which, where is the card? I've been so busy with everything else, I've completely forgotten. There we go. Is it to plummet into our foreheads? Does it just float? How's it staying up there? Oh. Perspective. I assumed it looked rather big, but... Remember, kids, anything super high up is bigger than it appears. Why? Why did you have to do that? That's so mean. The shenanigery. Girl, we need to get you some Claritin. Why so big? I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So the thief's final challenge to us. But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Belladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. That sounds almost more sinister than thievish. An old legend. Little more than a fairy tale at that. And yet it seems the Phantom believes there's some truth in these words. Four sacred relics from Belladia. The Warden's justice. Lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by day, if rumors are to be believed. It would seem the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far. An Uldan collector and her hired thugs, a trading mogul in the brass blades, and now a mining magnate in the stone torches. It is any surprise that the sympathies of the ordinary Uldans would lie with the perpetrator rather than the victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the Syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself? Ha! Then it would be his downfall. For the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. One moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces. There is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladia, and it shall be Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, expector extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. And potentially go get him. What was that? No, it couldn't be. Methinks Godbert may need a new pair of spectacles. Go get him! You could have solved this right here and now. There we go. Colosseum Conundrum finished. Was this the last part of this quest? Yes. Yes, it was. It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Belladia. As the Fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed. Will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Hildibrand will return in her last vow. Which will probably be Saturday's stream. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forget what you actually looked like? I have. There goes the chicken. And how did they feel in midair like that? Taught about a mystery. Oh well, see you next time. And there we go. I think there's only one more Hildibrand quest in A Realm Reborn to go. If I'm looking at the notes here, 8-Armed and Dangerous is the one I did. That's the 2.4 patch. And then there's only one more in the 2.5 patch. So the next Hildibrand quest is going to be the last one for A Realm Reborn. So after that, I think we might be moving on to MSQ. But since I have a little bit of time remaining, I might go and check out some Beast Tribe quests so I can start working on those again. Let us return to the Shroud. Let's talk to some sylphs. Since I don't think I have enough time to do the timed quest today for Final Fantasy XIV, if it goes until Saturday, I'll probably do it then. those sylphs? Here. You're the quest giver. Idle hands.
Ah, friendly one. This one would ask a favor. Bumbling one spends all day sleeping on paper stack pillow, yes? So this one brought them that one to work. Woof, words. This one, bumbling one, needs needle and thread, but bumbling one pricks finger and starts screaming and sobbing. This one's head still hurts. So this one finds simpler task. Ask bumbling one to go collect leaves for Nathalixio. Simple, yes, but bumbling one does not return. This one has had enough of bumbling one's bumblings, but Nathalaxio is concerned. Friendly one should go and talk to the concerned one.
16 event is from Tuesday, April 2nd to Wednesday, May 8th. Oh, it goes all the way to May? Oh, we have plenty of time. Why so long? Is it huge? Normally these last like a week or two, right? Or am I just being Genshin-brained?
This one is Nathalaxio, Leaf Creator. Walking one is sent by Olmixio, yes? This one is thankful. Olmixio placed Four-Eyed One in this one's care. Asked this one to find work that Four-Eyed One would not bumble. So this one sent Four-Eyed One in search of leaves of Great Shelter Tree. This one cast See-Through spell on Four-Eyed One for safe return, but night turns to day and this one is nowhere to be seen. This one suspects that Four-Eyed One is see-through no more, and shakes and shivers behind trees somewhere. Four-Eyed One is useless, but does not deserve to die. Please find Four-Eyed One, friendly one.
This is going to be another one of those I'm going to turn you invisible quests. A word, if you will. The lands beyond this point belong to the Sylphs. Yeah, feel free to travel, though. Okay, I thought it was part of this quest, but it's not. Search for him by the entrance to the Sylphs' lands. Don't you need to turn me invisible first, though?
Walking one should not go any further down this path. Those who are summoned by the Primal One will do hurtful things to walking ones who enter one's own territory.
I guess not. I guess I'm good enough to go without the shroud. What job am I going to do next? Monk is complete, so that's the next video that's going to come out. And I'm presently working on Archer and then Bard, since the two connect. After that, I'm probably going to do Black Mage. There we go. There's a problematic Ochu in here that's in the way. Speaking of which, I gotta work on more Honkai and Genshin since they've got new stuff too. Oh, friend, ever a sight for sore eyes you are. Pray forgive me. I was just on my way back from collecting leaves for my dear friend Nathraxio, and I must say I harvested quite a haul when I somehow lost my way. Next thing I knew, my transparency spell had worn off, and that means all the nasty forest critters can see us, yes? Would say we return to Little Solstice, and quickly at that. I do have some more stuff like that ready to... more Hoyoverse stuff ready to go. I just need to get it uploaded.
But I also have the slow internet.
So it takes a bit.
Friendly one is back so soon. Is chosen one safe and sound? What? Friendly one only now returns to this one? Saved bumbling one, but moments ago? This cannot be. Friendly one was here moments ago. Told this one that friendly one would go look after. Ugh. How could this one be so foolish? This one has terrible feeling. Must see elder one at once.
I forget what voice I gave Frixia.
Are these one's eyes to be believed? Chosen one's podling stolen from this one's care? Brave one steals chosen one from us. But why? Was brave one fooling these little ones all along?
I didn't do it. this one thinks gray-haired one needs new spectacles. Oh. Hi. Why, I'll be friend. You never told me you had a twin. This one is surrounded by fools. Makes this one's task all the easier.
Chosen one. Foolish ones are foolish indeed to try and outwit this one, but worry not, foolish ones. Chosen's one podling is safe in the hands of this one. It glows. I can't see. Oh, the podling trembles with power. The time of rebirth draws near. Yes, at long last, this one will finally reclaim the forest for these ones. With Chosen One power, this one will be pushed aside by walking ones no longer. Yes, this one will teach Chosen One the way of the almighty Lord Ramu. This one will teach Chosen One of all those who are enemies to these ones. Walking ones, steel ones, treacherous ones. This one will destroy every one.
As Elder One, it's this one's duty to protect those from harm. This one must think of something. Let us... Wait, the quest is done? Maybe I need to get higher friendship to do the rest of it.
If Chosen One is born in Deluxio's care, it's not just these who will suffer. Everyone will be in danger. These ones must find the Chosen One, but where to look? Curses, if only Walking Ones had sent a real smart one instead of bumbling one, four-eyed one. But this one will think of something. Brave one, please help defend these ones home against the Touched One's attack. These ones have no one else to turn to.
Grand Theft Baby, literally. Reputation has increased to friendly. New Sylph tribal quests. Yep, I need to do more tribal quests in order to do the next part of the quest. Gotta do my dailies. Sylph conscious, that's cute. Alright, these are a little close for comfort. The new character that's out right now. Oh, I haven't seen all of them. I have seen there's like a cyborg dude. Since I haven't gotten to all of Star Rail quite yet. But I shall be recording more in the future. It was just hard to record most of anything over the holiday weekend because everybody was around and it was very loud. Crowded and loud. So I'll get to more soon. Well, let's check on the Ixal, because I do believe their next part of the quest is ready too. And I can do these side by side. After that, I think once I get the Ixal and the Sylphs done, that'll be for all the beast tribes as well. It was Alchemist, I think. Yeah. Lathe to the party.
Have need of Bren's help, Zazel does. So close we are, taking shape before our very eyes. Dazel Qualan is. Hull for body, engine for heart. Next, fashion muscle to transfer power to wings we must. Developed by featherless ones, Ceruleum technology was very advanced. First Ixal in history to design and build our own engine we were. Function perfectly, main engine components do. Flawless was Tatamarmu's design, and abundance of materials for upcoming task we have. But tiny problem there is, maybe not so tiny. Machine tool for cutting transmission parts we have not. Many intricate gears and cogs harness power produced by engine, propulsion system they do. With one precision gear wheel, then make lathe to grind such parts we could. Our best hope, Bren, is beg, borrow, steal, but have that gear wheel we must. Only featherless ones have the item we seek. Rest on Bren's shoulders, fate of Dazel Qualan does.
You need me to make like a goldsmith's tool for you?
I was listening on Zazel's lamentations. 'Twould seem we are in need of a new lathe, or failing that, a part that will allow us to build one.
A gear wheel, such as the one we seek, must be of the highest degree of workmanship. Should it be warped by even the smallest fraction, that imperfection will be reflected in the turning of the lathe and the making of crafting precision components impossible. No, it must be one made to extremely exacting specifications. I speak of the difference of a single hair's width here. In the entire realm of Eorzea, I could count on the fingers of one hand the master artisans who are capable of forging such a piece. And even should we be so fortunate as to secure the services of such a talented individual, we must consider the time it would take to craft the gear wheel. About 30 seconds? Our project might languish for weeks, if not months. It would be far better if we were to focus on obtaining an existing gear wheel, and then somehow convincing the owner to part with it. A lathe. A lathe. Now where have I seen a lathe before? Oh yes, I have vague memories of seeing one in my grandfather's workshop, which was somewhere outside the city. You don't know where your own grandpa lives? Bren, that's it. You must return to Gridania and speak with Coulson once more. He's been with the High Wind Skyway since the beginning. If anyone were to know what's become of my grandfather's lathe, would be Coulson. He will likely be in or around the Carline Canopy. The old man is never far from the airships when he's not attending to business. Then I unlock the super special quest? Is it actually a thing, or are you messing with me? The new character you're talking about is... No, I was talking about is named Boot Hill. Okay. I'm curious if that's the one you're talking about, though. Where are we going? Going to the tavern. I could just make you guys a gear wheel. It's not that big of a deal. Where is he? Hello? Is he outside? He is outside. Yes, yes, I remember you. My eyesight may be failing, but my mind is yet sharp. Thank you very much. You're the one Master Tataramu explained as his delivery person. Surely the materials I provided you with were sufficient, yes? The young master wishes to know what became of the lathe from his grandfather's workshop? Well now, that does bring back memories. That must be nigh on 50 years ago now when I began my apprenticeship with Tatanora, a famous adventurer and businessman. Somebody's messing with the door. I still recall the day he conceived his revolutionary enterprise. He proposed the idea of building passenger balloons that shared the principle, if not the purpose, of Ixali dirigibles. His company was the very first air travel since the realm. It marked the birth of High Wind Skyways. Of course, it was not until around 30 years later when Sid Garland brought the airship technology to Eorzea that flights between cities became a regular occurrence. Those were the days, though. If I close my eyes, I can still see the workshop, can still hear our excited optimism as Tatanora and I worked tirelessly on the construction of that first balloon. Pray excuse an old man's reminiscing. What were we speaking of? Oh yes, lathes. I believe the lathe Master Tataramu refers to was the one we used in the old Fallgord workshop. But I'm afraid the place was shut down and dismantled for lumber after Tatabaru assumed management of the company. It was the end of an era, after all. I wonder if there are any still in Fallgord who still remember that time. Perhaps you might try speaking with the employee of the Bobbing Cork? Not the one you're talking about? Then I guess I'll have to jump in and see. Eventually. Welcome to the Bobbing Cork, friend. Will you be needing a room? No? You've come from a drink and some gossip, then. It's hailing. It's hailing on my end. You might be able to hear it. A lathe? I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the term. Some manner of tool from the Skyways workshop that used to stand here in Fallgord? A pity our previous owner has moved on. 10 years I've worked here, but never have I heard talk of any such workshop. Well, I may know not of any lathe, but we do have a mountain of unclaimed possessions that we've been adding to since the dawn of bloody time. The inn has the largest storeroom in town, you see, and it's the favored for inquiry of all manner of unwanted and forgotten artifacts that once belonged to either residents or customers. Only just this morning I thought to clear some space by throwing away the oldest and dustiest of relics. You're more than welcome to sift through the pile outside and take whatever you wish. I mean, I plan to get more Star Rail videos up either this week or next week, so... yes, eventually. Where is he talking about? Over here. You left it outside? In the elements? This thing's probably just as valuable as that ring that we spent all afternoon chasing after.
Bren, is this what I think it is? The gear wheel from the lathe. I came to Foggord on the berest of the remembrances, but I'm certainly glad I did. The workshop itself is gone, but some things are too precious to simply fling into the midden heap. One of the artisans must have saved it. My grandfather was always well respected, you see, and even in his later years he would take me to see the workers practicing their trade. Listen well, Tataramu, he would say. Coin has its uses, but aught of true value is bought with passion and persistence. To reach the highest skies, you must spread your wings and soar. His words of wisdom were as the sweetest lullabies to me as a child. It was likely his influence that encouraged me to pursue my love of airship design. What's this? The face of the gear wheel is engraved with the dedication of some kind. For my dear friend, Dalezel Quarlon, on the wings I pledge our everlasting bond, Tatanora. But this would mean... Bren, let us return to Cathal and deliver this treasure to Sazel without delay. There's certain questions to which our Ixal colleague may hold the answers.
Sounds like he was helping them before us. Yeah, as is, I intend to have the monk quest go up on Wednesday, Genshin on Friday, Star Rail on Saturday, and then more Splatoon on Sunday. That is the current schedule for the week, since I already have some stuff done and uploaded.
Nervously waiting for Bren's return, Sazel was. Releasing decidedly unblessed winds, bowels were.
You don't need to tell me about your flatulence, sir. There we go. Hand over the wheel.
Yes, exactly what we need, this gear wheel is. Good, good. Edging much closer to reality, dream of Dalezel Quarlon is. Sazel, there's something I would ask of you. Pale Tataramu looks. Nervous belly like Sazel? Ask permission to use latrine trench. Tatamaru need not. No, perhaps you should just read the inscription on the gear wheel. Inscription? See tiny words. Sazel did not. For my dear friend, Dalezel Quarlon, on the wings I pledge our everlasting bond. Tatanora. Tatanora is my grandsire. He's the man who founded Highwind Skyways 46 years ago, and I'm fairly certain we've all heard the second name before. Care to share the source of your amusement, Sazel? Too perfect it is. Destined to fall into our hands, this gear wheel was. Dalezel Quarlon, outcast and genius, first chief of a Cattle 9, master balloon maker, and Sazel's respected mentor. Your mentor? The name of our hybrid airship? Yes, one and the same. Think of better way to honor Chief's memory Sazel could not. Then it was true. Huh? I speak of an old rumor. 'Twas said that grandfather's company was built on his appropriation of Beastman aeronautics, that all the balloons he flew were not more than base imitations of alchemically-made vessels. 'Tis a rumor that was officially denied, and any mention has been thoroughly expunged from the written records on the assertion that even unfounded claims of stolen Beastman technology would unduly harm the Skyway's reputation. I had thought it merely the rumblings of rivals, sick with envy at grandfather's success. Yes, envy it was. Envy that led your ancestors to steal our genius. Thieves and liars. Sazel, stealing Tataramu's tail feathers Sazel was. Judging by words on gear wheel stolen from us, this knowledge was not. Friends they were. Shared craft with Tataramu's grandfather, Dazel Qualon did. See it clearly, Sazel can. Two dreamers gazing into vast sky. One feathered and one not. Not so different our past and present, eh?
Fate is hand-to-hand in our meeting, it would seem. I'm honored to continue our friendship the elders began. Zazel Totolak.
Dust in Zazel's eye there is. Back to work. Swiftly now. We'll find tongue shortened on new lathe Tataramu will.
You've received trusted reputation within Cattle 9. New Exili daily tribes missions are now available. Hopefully you mean it's not too loud at the moment. The hail, I mean. Thankfully it's not too big of hail. And the window is behind me. So the way the mic picks up reception, it only does so for what's directly in front of me. So it'd probably need to be really loud to overpower my voice. Thanks to your diligent efforts, Sazel's crew can now use their new lathe to craft gears and cogs that will transfer power to the engine to the wings. Continue assisting at Cattle 9 to see the airship hybrid reach completion. It kind of looks like a turtle. And do I want to add all that to my Twitch rules? You mean the schedule? The schedule changes week by week. I don't have a specific set schedule just because life tends to upend me every single time I do. But I try to get at least one of every project available in a week. To fly any higher than any others is the Cattle 9's dream, but before we can fly, make wings we must. The more I learn of it, the more I come to understand what a remarkable airship the Dazel Qualon truly is. To be able to work on such a vessel, why, it's an engineer's dream come true. Oh, you were talking about your personal taste, not what you could hear on my mic. Okay. Thank you. I was saying, I have a compression mic, so it better not. Better not be picking up what's behind it more than what's in front of it. Anyway, there we go. The Beastman tribes are... Wait. Ixoli seem to have one more than usual. Shouldn't that be friendly? All these ones maxed out at Trusted. Maybe I'm just further along with this one than I am this one. Oh well. Sorry for the worry. No problem. It's just that the storm's really starting to pick up here. I wonder what's up. Haven't really checked the weather today, but it is almost 5 o'clock, so probably don't have much time for much else. But we got a lot accomplished today, so still good for going. We only got one Hildibrand quest left. I'm making decent progress in my own time with leveling up the jobs. One's already set to release this week, and I'm already in the middle of another one. And then we can get started on MSQ again. Like I said, I am still recording Genshin and Star Rail in the background. So those will probably come out more this week too. I already have another Genshin episode ready to go. And with that, we should be set on schedule for getting more stuff done. I have another Genshin ready to go, I have another Splatoon ready to go, and I have more job quests ready to go. So yeah, don't worry. Backlog is chugging along. We're making progress. But with that, this is probably where I'm going to call it for now, since I'm mostly out of time. The crafting ones tend to be longer. Surprisingly, not as much. There's actually an Acatl that you can talk to in the camp to make stuff that you would normally make while in job classes already, and that one I think grants 1,000 points, which is a lot compared to some of the other— oh wait, no, 100, excuse me, not 1,000, 100 points. It grants like 100 points as opposed to the 20 points, so that's a good way to get the Exali quest done, like, really, really quickly. It's the Sylphs that I'm gonna have to do, like, the 20 points a day. But the Exali, if you do the one dude's quest of making, like, 3 items in a day, they go so fast. Do those instead. You don't get some of the same rewards that you would normally, but oh my gosh, it speeds it along so much faster. It's worth it. But for now, this is where I'm going to call it because I've made significant progress. So thank you so much to everyone who has joined. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV content in the future. And I hope to see you all in future streams. Take care out there. Bye-bye.